Have you ever wondered why some coaching programs feel like they are worth every single dollar and others leave their clients feeling like this was a waste of my money? Well, today I'm going to break down what makes a coaching program truly valuable, and not just to you as the coach, but to the client who is trusting you with their time, their money, and their transformation. Something that I noticed is that a lot of us create businesses centered around our own needs. If you were to ask majority of coaches or majority of business owners in general, why did they decide to become a business owner and step into entrepreneurship? Their answers will be something like, well, I wanted to make more money. I wanted to determine how much money I wanted to make and not be limited by what a job told me I can create. Or I wanted to live this type of lifestyle. I wanted to own a mansion. I wanted to drive a Mercedes. I wanted to have mimosas on the beach every other month, right? Or they'll say something like, I wanted time freedom. I wanted to determine how many hours in the day I wanted to work, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with wanting to start a business because you want more out of life, right? But it becomes a problem when the offers that you create are only centered around that. And what I mean by that is that it becomes a problem when you are only concerned about how the business benefits you than you are about how satisfied your clients are with what you are offering. And so this is why you'll see businesses that makes thousands of dollars, right? But when you look up reviews or when you look up comments on them, you'll see things like, this was a scam, this product was fluff, this was not worth the price, this was information I could have Googled myself, or this was a waste of money. Even though you have goals for yourself and you have goals of things that you want to achieve through your business, you have to learn how to create balance. You have to learn how to run your business in a way that hits your goals, but also run it in a way that satisfies your clients. Your business should not only be centered around what you want, how much money you want to make, how many hours you want to work, the type of life that you want to live, to the point where it's causing you to create crappy offers and you're selling them to your client and not caring about their transformation, not caring about the value of the product, not caring about the integrity of the business. And if you are running your business that way, it's important for you to realize that those types of businesses rarely last. Sure, you might be making money right now. Sure, you might be bringing in thousands to millions of dollars right now. But when you think long term, when you think more than just this present moment, and you look at your business 5 years from now, 10 years from now, or even 20 years from now, you're going to be right back in the same position that you started. You're going to be going back to a 9 to 5. You're going to be putting in hours after hours for someone else. And the reason why is because since your business and your products and your offers are not valuable to the client, since they feel like they are being scammed and they feel like this was fluff and they feel like the product was not worth it, you are going to have to actually put in more work to find new customers to scam, to find new customers to get over on, because the ones who already bought from you, they won't return as a returning customer. They won't recommend anybody to your business, and they might even leave a negative review that potential clients could see, and it turns them away. So yeah, you want to create a business because you want to make more money and you want to work less hours. But guess what? You're going to be putting in more hours, working harder, trying to find new people to get over on. If you really want to create a business that funds your dream life and leave you working less hours, you have to think about the client just as much as you think about yourself. Your business cannot just be centered around your needs, your wants, and your desires. It also has to be centered around serving other people and giving value to your client. I know we talk a lot on this channel about matching your prices to your dream life, but it's important for you to understand that your dream life comes with a cost. In order for you to receive your dream life, you must serve, meaning you must give undeniable value to your client, value that changes their lives, value that impacts them, value that makes them remember you and remember how you helped guide them to a place that they've been praying and seeking God to reach. And the best way to do that is by making sure that every offer that you offer to your client, does not matter the price point. It does not matter if it's free. It does not matter if it's $20. It does not matter if it's $20,000. Every single offer that you give to your client should bring them a result. You should provide a clear framework that brings them tangible change. And so I know you're probably wondering, like, how do I do that? That sounds really challenging. But I want to leave you with 3 things to look at when you are trying to build a desirable result for your client. And the first thing to look at is that your offer brings a result that your client can physically see. So for example, if I'm a financial coach, after my client takes my offer and they complete that framework, they should physically be able to see money, whether it's cash in hand, whether it's cash in their bank account. They should physically be able to see a result of money as a return on their investment with me. Another example, if I'm a fitness coach, after my client completes my framework, they should physically be able to see the weight getting lifted off of them. They should physically be able to see their body becoming more slimmer, their stomach going down. That is a physical result. It is a result that your client can see with their own eyes. In my opinion, every single client should be able to have a physical result that they see. Because that physical result is what's going to make them feel like the money that they invested in your product was worth it. And so as you're creating your offer and your transformation, the most important question that you have to ask yourself is, what physical result am I bringing to my client? And also take into consideration, number 1, the type of coach that you are and the type of client that you want to attract, because that's going to play a huge role in what type of result that you want to bring and what they view as valuable to them. You want to make sure that your physical result matches your price, and that price matches the type of coach that you are and the type of client you are looking to attract. The second thing that you want to consider is a result that saves your client time. Time is something that is very precious to all of us. A lot of us do not like to waste our time, and a lot of us do not like to spend a lot of time working on something. And so if you can create a framework and your framework helps your clients save time and get a result faster than they would if they were getting it on their own, that will make your product completely valuable to them. So as you are crafting your product, as you are crafting the transformation and the result that you are trying to take them to, a question that you should ask yourself is, does this help my client get their result faster than they would if they tried this on their own? So let's go over an example. Let's say that you have an offer that helps your client get $1 million, right? Now, you look at the journey that your client has been taking, right? And you know that if they tried to achieve this goal of getting $1 million on their own without your help and without your program, it will take them 10 years. But you look at your framework, you look at what you created, and you realize that your framework will actually help them achieve $1 million in 1 year. You are helping them save 9 years on their journey. That makes your product and your offer extremely valuable. That is an incredible amount of value. Another example, let's say that you're a fitness coach and the framework that you are putting in your offer helps your client achieve a result and lose weight in 6 weeks. But you determine that if they took this journey on their own and they tried to do this by themselves, it will take them 1 year to see this result. You are saving them an incredible amount of time. So of course your offer is going to be seen as very valuable. The key question here is, does my process shorten the path towards their goal? You can even ask yourself, does your process prolong the process of their goal? Meaning, if they were to achieve this on their own, they will get that result faster, but going through your framework, it would actually take them a longer time to see this result. If you notice that that's the case, like maybe let's say that it will take them a year to reach $1 million on their own, but with your result, it will take them 5 years, right? Then you want to ask yourself, how can I refine my framework so that they achieve this result a lot faster than they could on their own. The only way that you can have a framework that is a little bit longer than what it would take if they did it themselves is if your framework helps them reach more. It's a bigger result and it's a bigger picture. So maybe not only are you helping them achieve $1 million, but you're also teaching them how to save up 10% of that and then invest another percent of that and then turn that $1 million into $10 million in 5 years. So that's a way bigger result. You're helping them do a lot more than just achieve $1 million, right? That would be the only time somebody might look at a longer journey and feel like, okay, that's a little bit more accessible because the result that I'm getting is a lot bigger. The third thing that you want to take into consideration is, does your result help your client build legacy? People love to feel important. They don't just want to feel like, okay, I achieved this big thing in my life, but they also want to feel like I left an impact in this world. And so you want to look at your offer and you want to ask yourself, is there any way that this offer is helping my client achieve a legacy? So for example, let's say that I have an offer that teaches you how to become an author and write a book, right? Yes, the result is that you make money from this book. Yes, the result is that you publish a book and you actually have a physical book that you've written. But you also have a legacy behind you once you publish that book, right? Books are an incredible source that lives on beyond us. I read books from people who have passed away decades and centuries ago, right? So you can really market to your client and you can tell them your words will live on beyond you, right? You might die at one point, but in the future, 20, 40, 50, 150 years from now, there are going to be people who are still reading your words and they are still learning things from stuff that you said. In the future, there are going to be college students who are going to be writing essays and doing assignments off of your words in the book that you wrote. You have created and crafted a legacy. When people hear your name, they're not going to have a reaction of, who is that? They're going to say, oh my God, that's that author. That's that brilliant author who wrote that book that changed millions of people's lives. You built a legacy simply by writing this book. So sometimes if you feel like your product not only is going to get them a result, but it's also going to help them build a legacy, that's something that's going to make your product way more valuable to them. It's like, not only am I getting a short-term return, which is the book, which is making, let's say, $10,000 a month from this book, but I'm also receiving a legacy from your framework because it's teaching me how to create something that outlives me. It's teaching me how to create something that impacts people around the world, how people who aren't even thought of yet is still going to learn from me. That honestly will make your product priceless. So there would be no question that it is worth the price that you are selling. So to do a quick recap, remember that a coaching program is valuable when it creates a visible result. It saves your client time and it helps them build a legacy along with a transformational experience. When you focus on that, you're not just building a business that serves you, but you're building a business that serves and satisfies your client. And guess what? I know that you have goals that you want to come from your business, right? I know that you want to make $10,000 a month. I know that you only want to work 2 hours a day. I know that there's all these things that you want to do, and you created this business because you feel like this business will help you do it. But guess what? The business that serves the best is the business that makes the most. The key to living the life that you want, the key to making the money that you want to make, is centered around how well you are able to serve other people. So do not go into your business with the mindset of, I'm just going to do this little quick ebook. I'm going to Google some stuff. I'm going to throw it in here. I don't care if it helps people. I don't care if they get a transformation. I don't care if they like it. At least I got their little, $50. It doesn't matter. That's not a sustainable business plan. That's not a business that serves people. And that's not a business that will last long. The Bible tells us that we reap what we sow, meaning what we put out there is what we will get in return. And so if you create a business where you keep putting out value. You keep putting out value. You keep making sure that it's worth the price. You keep making sure that your clients are satisfied and they're actually getting what you're promising them. Trust and believe you reap what you sow. And so since you are sowing value, you will get value in return. Value meaning the life that you desire. Value meaning the dreams and the income that you want to make. Value meaning the hours of day you want to put in. Value meaning team members to help you achieve those hours. What you put out is what you will get in return. And so center your business around serving people, because that's the only way you're going to get the life that you desire to live. So I'm going to stop preaching to you guys. I have to remember I'm supposed to be teaching you business. I am not supposed to be preaching to you, but somehow that's something I always, wind up doing. But before we go, of course, I have an action step that I want to give you to do this week. So sometime this week, I want you to audit your offer. Take out a piece of paper and ask yourself these 3 questions. Number 1, what physical result does my program deliver that my clients can see? Number 2, how much time does my program save them compared to them doing it on their own? And number 3, does my program help them build something lasting, whether it's a skill, whether it's a form of identity, or whether it's a legacy? Once you have written that down, brainstorm one way that you can enhance the client experience so that your program doesn't just deliver a result, but it delivers a life-changing transformation. But that is all that I have for you. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure that you leave a comment and let me know how this has helped you. And also subscribe so that you get a notification every time a new episode is released. But that is all that I have for you today, and I will see you next week.